Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
there we go. Am I on?
Yep.
Okay. Okay, thanks, Naomi. I don't think anybody's gonna do this but you, but this session is on being your club secretary and the requirements um, that you have to do during the year. As club secretary, you have an important role helping your club run smoothly and effectively. Okay, so your main role obviously is to maintain records and reporting on membership for new members, terminating members, and updating. And then you also maintain the calendar of the club activities as well as informing your club about district activities. And then you need to take minutes at all meetings, present an agenda prior to the meeting, and then you keep the club records. So you should have a folder that keeps all these records on the Constitution and bylaws. If you don't have your Constitution or bylaws, there's like a generic one on the Rotary International website, and then you can modify it to your club. And you keep a record of all correspondence and preserve historical records. Okay, and reporting under Rotary D5000 at the district level is done in Club Runner, which you can access on the D5000 website. And you need to turn in your attendance report by the 15th of the following month, if you want to do that. And then all membership changes have to be reported within 2 weeks. And you update the officers and chairs and whatever club info. It's pretty self-explanatory what you have to do, and just fill in the blanks. Okay. Okay, so then we break it down into tasks. So the first thing you do in your term is you have to get trained. So under learning, there's district training, like these spring training sessions, and there's also the learning center on the website. There's lots of information there. Okay, and then you have to make sure the club has a smooth transition into the next year with you as secretary, and you have to be updated with the previous secretary and receive all the club records. Okay, and then with the other club officers or all the other important people in your club, you meet and you kind of plan out the year. You need to do like a budget and a calendar. Okay, and then you go to rotary.org and you create your My Rotary account if you don't have one yet. Because from this account, you are supposed to update your club's records and member list and other information as as needed. Okay, and then through this also My Rotary, you can get your club membership invoices for the Rotary International, which is collected in July and January. Okay, and then throughout the year, you take minutes at all the meetings and assemblies, and you always keep updating the club and officer information, and you manage the club correspondence, and you maintain all these the paraphernalia things like promotional items, name badges, banners, all the other things, like the gavel, the bell, everything, you maintain that. And it's brought to all meetings and events. Okay, then there's that submitting the monthly attendance reports and historical records. And then at the end of the year, you create an annual report for the club, just recapping everything that happened. And on top of that, You still assist the president, treasurer, and committees as needed. You probably are the most informed person, in the club, and you are there to kind of remind people what needs to be done and make sure it gets done. And then at the end of the year, you can just hand everything over to the next one and you can feel good about it. Okay?
Question,
Yes. Who's that?
you said she has to do the club budget, isn't that for the treasurer to do and the president?
Yeah, you do it in that committee meeting with all the other, officers in the club.
And even the counter events, I mean, for our club, that's all done already for next year.
Yeah, I guess you meet previously to the beginning of the year, right? To do that.
Right.
Yeah. So you're all on the same page, when you get going. Okay. So you have to create this club calendar in that meeting. Yeah, but I guess the secretary is the one that assembles it together and disperses it. So on the club calendar, you have all your meeting dates, whatever meeting dates you're going to be dark, and the training assemblies that you get. You're going to get, or if you haven't already gotten the district calendar, which you can keep your club members informed about what's going on at the district level, and put in all your events and projects and whatever else you think they need to know. Yeah. So this is the district calendar here on the screen. Look, it's really full. So, but not everything applies to everybody. So, but you have all the information. Yeah.
They wanted to send me to one of the rooms. I didn't realize it. And I got live. I can see. You want me to work on it?
What's that? Okay. Okay, so also under communications, if you're gonna change your meeting dates, then your club has all the flexibility to change the meeting dates, how often, when, where. So, those things are communicated through you, and if the meeting is canceled, then that goes through, communicates through you also. Okay. You may not cancel more than 3 consecutive meetings. But if you meet every other week, that's still a long time. Yeah. You have to keep in touch. Okay. Okay. The annual meeting, this is December, I think. In December, you have this annual meeting where you elect officers and you give a mid-year report, status report, and how you're doing, with the money, and important changes to the calendars. But the main thing is to elect your officers, because you need to turn it in by the end of January, I think. Yeah. And let's see. And then meetings on the board, minutes of the board meetings, are due within 60 days. So all minutes. Yeah. Okay, so the two most important, these essential websites for the district is rotaryd5000.org. And there's tons of information in there, and that's where you're going to access Club Runner, where you have to maintain all this membership data. Okay, and then the next biggest one is Rotary International. It's rotary.org. And you get all the information on what Rotary International does, what the big picture. Okay. Okay, Club Runner. The district uses Club Runner's program for the website, but clubs do not need to use Club Runner for their own websites. However, Clubs are, if you're using Club Runner, the club's information uploads to the district's website when integrated. Okay, so if you are inputting your membership information directly into Rotary International, the district is not getting it in Club Runner. But if you put it in Club Runner, they'll upload it up to the Rotary International level. And if your club still does not have a website or have a webmaster, you can use this one on the district website. Also, they can help you put one together, which people can access from the district website. But you have to input all this membership and officer information into Club Runner. Okay. And also Club Runner comes in a mobile app, so you can do all of this on your phone. And you just get it from the App Store or is it Google Play? Yeah. Okay, so Tammy Lee says, do we have any clubs in our district that do not use Club Runner? And I'm sure there are. My club does not, but I have access to it and I do all the inputting. Okay, so on the district website, you can access everybody's membership rosters. You can download the district dues invoice template, and you have information on everybody at the district level. And all the information on clubs, presidents and meeting locations, the district events, there's a calendar and how to register for those events. And there's also a section called Yellow Pages where Rotarians can promote their individual businesses.
So Margaret, Tammy has this question about how many meetings a club can have during the month. And so you can have as many as you want, but the minimum from Rotary is 2. But a meeting doesn't need to be that formal with a speaker kind of pledge of allegiance thing. It could be different things. So a project could be a meeting, could be considered a meeting. So you can have flexibility on what you call a meeting, but you need at least 2 a month. And then there are many clubs that don't use Club Runner, and some of them have their own domain name and they use maybe WordPress to do their website. You can use DACDB if you want, but because the district uses Club Runner, we do need the information in Club Runner. So some clubs who don't have any website, Club Runner has the ability for you to have a web page, so you can use that link that they provide you on the district website as your website. Okay, so you can use whatever you want, but Club Runner is pretty easy to use. You can design it's like a turnkey system where you can design your website very easily. Okay, so are we on this screen, Margaret, or are we on the next one?
No, Paul, next one.
Okay.
Okay, now on the district website, that's where you input the updates on your members. There's a section on profiles, and you need to identify your officers and club chairs because that's how most of the information is dispersed. You know, if they don't know who your officers are, they may not get the information. And all of that you put in Club Runner gets uploaded to the Rotary International website. Okay, and the email that you input here is where they're going to get their emails from Rotary, and the address, that's where they'll get their mail, like the magazines and whatever other correspondence. Okay. Okay, this is how to get to those websites. If you go to Rotary International, this is the district, you have to sign in. So you need to get your passwords and sign in. Yeah. And then all this other information will download. And then you'll get to the member area where you can input information on the second screen down, the second one on the bottom, the second screen. See all that? There's so much information, that you can input on your club. And you can access other clubs' information also. Yeah. Did everybody ever go there? No? Yeah. I try to go there just so our club keeps up to speed. Yeah. I don't know what was that? Okay, next.
Oh, so Margaret, the adding a
Yeah.
new member. So if you don't have Club Runner, you can still add a member through the district website. So you log into the district website in member area, get to admin, and then you get to this page, which is go to For Clubs member list, and then there's an add new member button. So just remember that when you're adding a new member, if they already have a Rotary number, you need to try and preserve that number so their Paul Harris points follows them.
Mhm. Okay. Okay, so according to Rotary International bylaws and constitution, there's two types of membership, active and honorary. Only active members can hold office. I cannot see this. Can hold office, and this is what your membership invoice is going to be based on, the active members. Okay, and then if at the club level, you can amend the bylaws and offer additional membership types like associate member, corporate member, and a family membership member. So it's really up to the club, what the requirements are for each level, whether they are to pay dues or not, or if attendance is mandatory, or whatever else the club wants to do. Okay, so at the clubs and districts set their own policies about these members and financial obligations, for club and district dues, cost of the meals, etc. And then the attendance requirements and service expectations. And you need to reflect these in your bylaws, everything's up to date and people know what's going on. Yeah. Okay. So you can find recommended constitution bylaws at rotary.org. And then you can modify it from there. Okay.
Hey, can we ask, anybody have different kinds of membership types, categories? Does anybody have different ones?
We have family membership,
Mhm.
spouse.
Okay, so do you have just one person, the active person, and the family member can come in under that membership, or you just have lower dues?
We have lower dues.
Okay. Yeah, so you have the option if you wanted to have a family membership and do it like a corporate membership where only one person is named as an active person, but anybody can come step in that space for meetings. Corporate membership, like North Hawaii, their corporate membership usually is only one person, but Robert, you've got like 4 people as corporate members. So corporate membership is really good because the person who takes that position after someone leaves can step into that position. So like someone at the bank, when they move on, the person who takes their position is a member of your club in that corporate position. Anne? Hi, Anne.
Yeah, hi. We have Aloha members. We have lots of folks who come from Alaska and Canada and all over the place, and they pay a reduced fee. And when they're here, They come to all the meetings and they help out with everything.
Wow, yeah.
Mhm.
May I ask, for honorary members, do they pay dues? I mean, I don't understand what honorary member means exactly.
So an honorary member is somebody that isn't active, so maybe they can't come to all of the meetings or they cannot afford. So you can charge them a fee, but you're not being charged the dues by the district or Rotary International.
Oh, I see. Okay. Mhm.
And so those are annual, so you need to renew them every year. So it could be someone who was a member and maybe they're retired now, but you want to keep them on. It could be the mayor of the city that you want to have as a honorary member. Also, if you want to give them magazine, you just pay the $18 per year, but it's optional. They don't have to have a magazine.
So they don't have to pay dues then, in other words,
Right.
if they're listed, they're not counted as part of what we pay to Rotary International each year.
Right, right. You only
Okay.
get charged for active.
Okay, thank you. That's great. Thanks.
Okay, but if you wanted to charge them something, you could. It's up to your club.
Okay,
Yeah,
thank you.
I have a question too, under corporate membership.
Mhm.
As far as their Rotary number, is it under the corporate or does it
Individual.
have to be a person?
It's under the person.
Oh, okay.
So the corporate membership really works with if you have businesses that pay the dues,
Mhm.
because the people might cycle in and out.
Okay.
Okay, so we have some other questions. There were some questions about DACDB, and so DACDB is another kind of platform, just like Club Runner, and it's got some features. Some people like it better than Club Runner. Some people like Club Runner better than DACDB, but it's up to you if you want to do that. And the cost, if you go to a Club Runner, there is a pricing matrix, and it depends on how many members you've got. So if you've got like 45 members, it's about, I think, $600 a year. Okay, and Tammy says they have a general, spouse, and satellite. Okay, a satellite member is an active member, and okay, did we cover satellite clubs? Satellite clubs is where you have a group of people that are members of your club, but they may meet separately, and they may so it could be a separate location, could be a separate time, but they still need to pay the dues, and the mother club would pay those dues for them. Okay, okay, and sometimes the corporate membership is more than a regular because then they have is publicity for the company. So it depends on what kind of privileges you want to give with the corporate membership, and if you want to have a higher rate for corporate. Spouse can be reduced. It's up to your club too. So non-resident, you don't have to be a resident of the area that you're in to be a member, especially if you've got a hybrid where they can come into the meeting with Zoom or electronically. Satellite and non-residents, as long as they're active, they do pay dues. Okay, Mililani, oh, friends of your club, or could be a community core or an associate. These are people who help out at events and projects, but they're not active, so they don't pay dues if you want them to not be paying dues. So it could be at a reduced rate or not pay dues. Okay, who knows what a rule of 85 is?
Sounds like something out of Game of Thrones.
Okay, so Dick is probably a rule of 85, right? So you want to tell everybody
I
what
am.
it is?
I am. Oh,
Okay.
it's your age plus number of years in Rotary. If you hit this 85 number, you don't have to attend meetings. You don't have to. Depends what your club wants to do, but you're not held to attend meetings and a lot of other stuff.
Mhm,
Yeah, exempt.
mhm.
Do you pay dues?
Yes.
We should charge them more, right?
Can I mention something about dues that we did 2 years ago? We
Uh-huh.
structure our dues based on age. So
Oh,
20 to 30 get a real reduced rate like a junior rate, 30 to 45 another rate, and 45 and above a higher rate. And we'll consider that at 70 plus, maybe reducing the rate again for all, but mainly we want to attract the younger people to come in at a lower rate.
Mhm.
And as for honorary members, we have 3 Interact clubs, so we have all 3 Interact advisors as honorary members. We deal with 17 schools, so we're starting to put principals on as honorary members, so they get the information, they're on our mail list.
Yep, so you can make your own categories if you want. So yeah, Honolulu Club probably has a lot of categories, and they have an under 45. Our club has an under 35, and we give them reduced rate. Honolulu Sunrise had a Zoom membership code, and so the Zoom membership person paid less because they didn't come into the meeting physically. But once they stepped in, then their dues go back up because they have to pay for the room at the Pacific Club. So you can have whatever you want, as long as you cover your expenses, right, with the dues.
Mhm.
Okay, sorry, Margaret, back to you.
Oh, that was interesting. You know, I think I made the rule of 87 this year. Okay. So on the membership rosters, just keep it up to date. And that's how your membership invoices from Rotary International. It is based on what your roster looks like on July
I want to
1
take a picture of 2 of you.
and January
I
1.
want to take you a picture.
And that's what you will get, your club will get billed for.
Justin is painting there. He's the
Who is that? Okay, so when you add the Rotarian, you have to do this, you have to check whether they have a history as a Rotarian because, you know, then you need to bring their ID number into your club and they can maintain their Paul Harris point history. Okay, and you can do that when you input a name into the Rotary International website under, it's called My Rotary. So you're gonna need to have a password under your name to access all this stuff. But when you add the name on that web page, you have to go through this search for an existing member where they have a database where you can check, you know, if that's the guy from so and so club, you know, and then you bringing him over. So you know, if nobody told you where they came from, you can do that research from there. Okay, and then this is periodically perform a synchronization from Club Runner by clicking on RI members synchronization. And this compares the Club Runner roster with the Rotary International roster, and those who are not on the Rotary International website, and also those on the Rotary International website, but not in Club Runner. So you click on the link to fix it, you know, to add them to the site, whichever one they're missing.
Mhm.
Okay.
You know, on the session for online resources, Club Runner is going to be talking about some of their enhancements, and one is an automatic synchronization. So we'll hear more about that in that other session. So just on matching the names, if somebody's name is like Robert in Rotary, and then Club Runner, you put it in as Bob, it's not going to match up. So you got to have the names exactly the same, or else it doesn't sync.
Mhm. Yeah, makes sense. Okay. Okay, so this is how you're gonna update it. You go on the District 5000 website and you sign in, and then you get this Club Runners screen where you can update everything. And you go to for members, and then you pull up their record and you can edit the profile. So, okay, click and enter information. Okay, you can download a picture, click on update under the silhouette. And the primary email address will be the one that's used for communication through email. And check the other tabs for other categories you can edit and change passwords under setting. And you can opt in or out in the privacy tab. I don't know what that is. And don't forget to click on save after you're done. So what is privacy? What are they gonna block?
So if you didn't want your birth date visible,
Oh.
for instance, or if you didn't want some of your information visible, you can opt out of sharing. So privacy is just setting your whatever you want to expose.
Okay.
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 Also you can opt out of emails, but then if you opt out of emails from the district or bulletins, you don't get all of the junk mail from the district.
Okay. Okay, and also as secretary, you're responsible for updating your club officers and directors. And then you see it you see West Honolulu, Oahu, and then there's this previous year, 2023, 24, and then next year. Make sure you're in the right year, and so you put the right names in the right place. Yeah.
Yep. Oh, yeah, so it's really important to put the names into the positions, because when we send out emails about an event or a speaker or a special thing, we can send it to those that are named in that position. And then, on this carryover to next year, if it's highlighted, if this is dark blue, that means you can click on it and all the positions will carry over to next year, so that you don't have to re-input the names of the positions. So you want to do that, because it's a lot of work to put in the positions again.
Mhm. Okay, so your new officer elections, which you have to be done by the end of the year. So it begins in November, when they are nominated, and then eventually you vote, and then you have to input it into your websites. And the president-elect, the PE, should already be established from the previous year, and put it in the district website and the Rotary International website. Okay.
Wanted to ask, does everybody have a PE already, or are you missing a PE? Okay, Dick. Yeah, Dick has a good one. He's on TV. Oh no, your PE is Barry, and you have a PN after Barry, so that's good.
Right. Yep, Eric.
Yep. So
Okay, Rotary Club of Kona Sunrise is recycling our current president for next year.
okay, so make sure everybody put in your officers for next year into the club runner.
Mhm. Oh, okay, we covered this on attendance requirements. I remember when you used to have to meet every week, but now it's at least twice per month. That also includes your social events too, and project days. So you determine all of these things, at that organizing meeting before the year starts, and what qualifies as attendance. We can meet in person, online, or alternate between both, or use both formats at the same time. When you have hybrid meetings, your club can determine those requirements, but at least twice a month.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Hey, how many people take attendance? Anybody?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, good. So taking attendance is not required, and you don't need to report it to the district, but if your club wants to take attendance, that's up to you.
Does the monthly board meeting count as one of the meetings? If it's,
No.
Yes, a board meeting counts as a meeting. This training counts as a meeting. Projects counts. Going to district conference, conventions, those all count as meetings.
Not unless your club's only 10 members, then you probably consider it.
Okay. So yeah, as a secretary, your main job is communication, which you do via your bulletins, however monthly or however you decide to do it. Then email is also very important, and texting is easy and fast. Other electronic, I don't even know these communication apps, and Facebook.
What does everybody use? Do you have some kind of electronic WhatsApp or something?
I do it every week electronically to all members and honorary members and anybody else.
What
That's
what what do you use?
Emails,
Oh, okay.
just list everything down.
Mhm.
Okay, so our club tried GroupMe, but a lot of people don't look at their phones for text messages. But Club Runner can do text messages, by the way. So we'll hear more about that in the online resources. There is a question about transferring an existing member from one club to the other, and so you can transfer it on the Club Runner and use that transfer feature. And then you can preserve their number. But yeah, they should be terminated from the other club first. And you need to find out if they paid their dues at the other club. Because if they didn't pay their dues, they are not eligible to transfer. Okay, Rick, you got a question?
Yeah, I do. One of the things that it's been very, I feel like it's a lot of wasted time is that there is so many platforms that is going on out there. And I'm just been asked to join all this text on WhatsApp, email. And so a lot of times people get involved into personal discussions, into the chats or text or email. And so then I end up having to weed through looking for that important message that I'm supposed to look at. If I could just make a suggestion that, if you want to respond into something, you might want to just respond directly to the person you want to talk to instead of responding to all on the email. It's just, to me, anyway, it's gotten to a point that sometimes I don't even want to look at emails anymore because there's just so many threads going on. It's just a suggestion. But like I said, the important messages gets lost because short messages that's meant for one person gets put into the all.
Yep.
And it just gets too confusing.
Yep.
Just as a suggestion.
No, but you're right, Rick. When you're on a group email, if you have a private conversation, you should take it offline and not jam up the system, right? Because it is right. We've got so many emails and text messages and things from all over the place. So having an electric group email, it's all in one place. So for instance, for Singapore, for everybody going to the convention, we use WhatsApp. And so WhatsApp, everybody's in there. So if there's one message to the group, we send it to the WhatsApp, and then they will get it in their WhatsApp application on their phone. A lot of foreign countries and clubs will use WhatsApp. So that it's just another platform to use for communicating. Okay.
So if you don't have WhatsApp, then you're not getting information?
So yeah, so the information for the Singapore is on WhatsApp. So if you're not on the WhatsApp, you're not getting the stuff that's in there. But people want to communicate in different ways. So you got to find out what works. So sometimes we will have an email as well as WhatsApp. Because some people don't want to get onto WhatsApp.
Okay. Okay, so here's the Club Runner email thing. I'm not sure how this works.
So it's just like doing an email on your computer. When you use Yahoo or Gmail, you get into the Club Runner email, you log in, go to communication to email service, and then you're going to compose a new message. So you type in here who you're going to send it to. So that's where the position names in the positions. You just click the box if you want to send it to all members. You type in the message, and then you can upload attachments, and then you send it out, or you can schedule to send out. So that's how that would work. Okay, so we've got 5 more minutes, and we've got 10 more slides.
See, that's too much.
Let's jam through these.
Okay, so this is the Rotary.org website and how you keep that updated. You also have to have an account and a password for this too, to get all this information. Okay, then this is where you input all your changes and updates. You know, it's kind of self-explanatory. This one is not too bad. Okay, so, and then you can find your invoice and pass that on to your treasurer. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. And there's also a lot of courses. You can, if you have any questions, they probably have it covered here. It's pretty well done. Okay, and so yeah, you take minutes at all of these assemblies, board meetings, and committee meetings, and you disperse it. And you know, this is other duties as assigned, like you don't have enough to do. You just maintain the records, you keep everything you need. And wow, look at this networking. Oh, this is the membership leads.
Yeah, okay, I'll cover this one.
Okay.
And so this PowerPoint will be on the website. So when you go to the main homepage for Rotary District 5000, the recording will be there along with this PowerPoint. So the member leads is a program on the Rotary International website where someone, if they're interested in Rotary, interested in finding out more about Rotary or a club, they would go to this join me or contact me button, and then it goes into this membership leads program. So when the district gets it, they'll see what the person wants, what club they want to go to, and then they'll assign it to the club. So when it's assigned to your club, the president, the secretary, I think the membership chair or the treasurer will also get it. So 3 people get the notification that there's a lead, a person that's assigned to your club. And so this is low-hanging fruit. This person is interested in something about Rotary or your club. So it's really important to contact them right away, find out, you know, what they're looking for, and see if your club is a good fit for them. And then you can get a new member from that. So got to go into that member leads program. So go to My Rotary, yeah, look for that member leads link in My Rotary, and you have to be named as an officer in order to get into there. Look for your candidate, and that's where you can put in comments like you met them, they're interested, you admitted them to your club, but you want to make sure that you put that information into the program, and then you want to make sure you add them to your membership roster through this site, because they already have a Rotary ID number assigned to them, and we need to preserve that number. Okay, so let's see, training. Okay, so there's a Club Runner training that you can go to. So you go to the Club Runner, I've got that link over there for their website, and then you can get to, got typo over there. You can go to some of their trainings on how to use the district site or how to do events. They've got some really neat enhancements, and Club Runner is going to be talking about this in the online resources Zoom that we're going to have in an hour. Okay, so I'm going to stop sharing for any questions.
So this presentation is going to be on the website too, like they have access to all this PowerPoint screens and.
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
So when you go to the homepage on the right side is quick links. There's a link for webinar recordings, and that's where we have all of the recordings.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
Questions?
Naomi, does the executive secretary position have the same privileges as secretary?
Yes, and president.
Okay.
Yeah, you got all the power, Anne.
Thank you.
You know, sometimes people want executive secretary because maybe the president or somebody, the regular secretary doesn't know how to do it, doesn't have time. So executive secretary can be the gatekeeper to get all of the information. And yeah, you got the power, right? Okay, so they're going to be closing the rooms pretty soon. So we're going back to the main room in a minute, but any other questions real quick? All good? Okay, so we got 92 minutes, 92 seconds left.
Okay, so you can do it. If I can do it, you can do it, you know. Just do your best. I know it's a lot.
So they need to register for 3 different websites, right? RotaryDistrict5000.org, myrotary.org and Rotary International.
Well, the My Rotary will take you to rotary.org. So it's the
Okay.
same thing. It just takes you there faster.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it is overwhelming, but what you need to do is work with the board and see who's going to do what, because not all of the duties that we talked about here might fall on the secretary. Some of them will fall on other people. So make it manageable and streamline what you can do, and don't be overwhelmed, Sonia.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay.
Thanks, Margaret.
Yeah,
Thank you.
welcome.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Hey, Roz, did you cut your hair? Ah, okay. See you back in the main room.
Okay. Aloha.
Biff, did they make you host in charge now and let me be un in charge? We gotta wait.
And whoever is